Welcome, football fans! Ever wondered how your favorite sport came to be? Well, you're in the right place. Today we're embarking on a thrilling sprint through the history of American football. From its early roots to the creation of the NFL and all the way to the Super Bowl era, we've got it covered. So buckle up for this fast-paced journey. Stay tuned as we take a trip down memory lane. The very seeds of American football were sown in the late 19th century. The sport as we know it today is a fascinating blend of two popular games from across the pond, rugby and soccer. As these sports made their way to American shores, they evolved into a new game, a game that would capture the heart of a nation. Now, cast your minds back to the year 1869. Picture a brisk November afternoon as two teams, Rutgers and Princeton, faced off in what is recognized as the first recorded game of American football. Yet, this was a game that bore little resemblance to the spectacle we enjoy today. Teams consisted of 25 players each, and the ball could only be advanced by kicking or batting it with feet, hands, head, or sides. But the game then was a far cry from the sport we know today. Enter Walter Camp, a Yale coach whose innovations would revolutionize the game. Camp, known as the father of American football, was not just a coach, but a visionary, a man who saw the potential in a sport that was still finding its feet. His first major contribution was the introduction of the line of scrimmage, a rule that transformed the game from a chaotic mass of players into a more strategized and organized venture. The line of scrimmage introduced order, a sense of direction, and most importantly, it brought strategy into the game. But Camp didn't stop there. He also introduced the down system, another game changer that added a new layer of tension and strategy. The down system gave teams 4 attempts to advance the ball 10 yards. If they succeeded, they got another set of downs. If they didn't, they had to surrender the ball to the opposing team. This innovation made the game more challenging, more strategic, and infinitely more exciting. Camp's innovations were game changers, shaping football as we know it. His legacy is evident every time a quarterback lines up behind the center, every time a team faces a 4th and long, and every time we sit back to watch this beautiful game unfold. As the 20th century rolled in, college football took center stage. The sport became a staple on campuses across the nation, with students and faculty alike rallying behind their teams. The spirit of competition was fierce, and the rivalries that formed during this time were nothing short of legendary. Take, for instance, the bitter rivalry between the University of Michigan and Ohio State University, which dates back to 1897, or the clash between the University of Alabama and Auburn University, known as the Iron Bowl, a rivalry that has been dividing households since 1893. And then there's the Army-Navy game, a rivalry steeped in tradition and respect that transcends the sport itself. It's not just about football. It's about honor, duty, and the pride of representing one's service academy. The rise of college football also gave birth to some of the sport's most iconic traditions. From the dotting of the I in Ohio State's Script, Ohio, to the War Eagle flight at Auburn games, these traditions have become an integral part of the college football experience. These rivalries and traditions continue to fuel the sport today, keeping the spirit of competition alive and the passion for the game burning brightly. From the roar of the crowd on a Saturday afternoon to the thrill of a last-minute touchdown, college football is more than a game. It's a way of life. In 1920, the American Professional Football Association, the precursor to the NFL, was born. This marked the dawning of a new era, where football transitioned from colleges and universities to the professional stage. But the journey was anything but smooth. The early years were filled with challenges. Teams were often unstable, with franchises frequently folding or relocating. The league itself was in a constant state of flux, changing names and structures more than once. But amidst the turmoil, there were bright spots. Moments that would become part of football folklore emerged. In the very first season, an end named Fritz Pollard broke barriers as one of the first African-American players in the league. He would later become the NFL's first black coach. The Decatur Staleys, who would later become the Chicago Bears, were also founded in this era, along with other cornerstone franchises like the Green Bay Packers. These teams would go on to become some of the most storied in the league, their histories interwoven with the very fabric of the NFL. Despite initial struggles, the NFL was here to stay. The 1970s heralded a new era with the NFL-AFL merger and the birth of the Super Bowl. This was a game changer literally. With the merger, the National Football League and the American Football League became one, creating the modern NFL as we know it. But it wasn't just a merging of leagues, it was a merging of cultures, traditions, and fan bases. The Super Bowl, the championship game of the NFL, quickly rose to prominence. It became more than just a game. It was a cultural event, a spectacle that brought together millions of viewers from across the globe. It was a day marked on calendars, a day for family, friends, food, and football. It transcended the boundaries of sport and entered the realms of entertainment and popular culture. From the iconic halftime shows featuring legendary artists to the multi-million-dollar commercials that are as eagerly anticipated as the game itself, the Super Bowl became a global phenomenon. It's a day where heroes are made, legends are born, and memories are etched into the annals of football history. Who can forget the helmet catch by David Tyree in Super Bowl 42 or the Philly special in Super Bowl 52? These are moments that have become part of our collective consciousness. The Super Bowl quickly became more than just a game. It became a symbol of American culture, a testament to the love of the sport, and a spectacle that continues to captivate the world. From its humble beginnings to the global phenomenon it is today, American football's journey has been truly remarkable. It all started with an innovative blend of rugby and soccer, with the first recorded game played in the late 19th century. The sport's evolution was significantly shaped by Walter Camp, whose game-changing ideas like the line of scrimmage and downs system set the stage for the game we know and love today. The late 19th and early 20th centuries saw the rise of college football, with historic rivalries and unforgettable moments that still resonate with fans. Then came the birth of the NFL in 1920 as the American Professional Football Association, overcoming early challenges to become the premier league for the sport. The Super Bowl era, ushered in by the NFL-AFL merger in 1970, brought the game into the global spotlight. The cultural significance of the Super Bowl is undeniable, with memorable moments that have etched themselves into the fabric of the sport's history. And the game continues to evolve, captivating millions around the world. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of American football. We hope you've enjoyed this spirited dash from the first down to the end zone, from the early roots to the Super Bowl era. It's been a pleasure sharing these pivotal moments, fascinating figures, and game-changing innovations with you. Remember, football is not just a sport, it's a way of life, a testament to the human spirit's resilience and determination. So whether you're on the field or in the stands, keep that spirit alive. Stay tuned for more such fascinating dives into the world of sports. Until then, keep the football spirit alive.